Today we'll be going through a character build of a pirate Trickster, a Tengu who harries ships along the inner sea where trade flourishes between great nations. Hi, I'm Yovel and I'll be going through core features of the build and discuss the decisions why they were chosen. We are starting with a storm-tossed Tengu, hatching forth during a rough sea voyage. They quickly learnt how to live on the sea and the means of survival through piracy. Squawk at level 1 will allow the pirate Trickster to cover up embarrassing moments where there was a failed distraction or a slip of the tongue that would have left them dangling over the side of the ship as punishment. Living on a boat that sways and moves with the winds and waves, the one-toed hop helps the pirate Trickster maintain their footing and allows them to keep doing their work on the ship without losing balance and rolling off board. Spending their entire life on the ship, the pirate Trickster has a sailor background, demonstrating their experience with life on and under the waves. The pirate Trickster covets luxury goods, especially those obtained in raids on merchant ships. Whether it be spice, silk, or gold itself, the pirate Trickster will pillage these items from others in the name of Besmara. To begin, our Tengu will start out as a rogue, and the racket is the Eldritch Trickster, allowing us to take the magical Trickster feat at an earlier level and cantrips from first level. Nimble Dodge will be our first level feat to allow the pirate Trickster to avoid strikes and attacks from defending bodyguards and mercenaries during a raid. Magical Trickster will allow the pirate Trickster to apply sneak damage to spell attack rolls. This is particularly useful as ship combat can be at long range if boarding has yet to commence. It's always helpful to apply sneak damage before everyone gets confused in the fray. Dreadstrike allows a pirate Trickster to treat creatures that are frightened to be considered flat-footed. This enables the activation of Magic Trickster and melee strikes to apply sneak attack. Gang Up works well with the pirate Trickster as they'll be with their allies during a raid. When combat starts, it will be a complete mess as the pirate Trickster and their allies will swing across via ropes to the merchant ships and start clumping up to take out the muscle. Positioning won't be ideal or possible at times, especially when chaos ensues. We are taking 2 dedications for this class. The first is the Sorcerer dedication, which is given free by the Eldritch Trickster racket. The bloodline chosen is Elemental, of the air variety, and we have access to the primal spell list. We are taking the Basic, Expert, and Master Sorcerer spellcasting feature to allow our pirate Trickster different options to use while on the sea, whether to adjust the environment or to strike down at powerful targets. The Basic Bloodline spell grants us access to Elemental Toss. This spell deals bludgeoning damage as our chosen element is air. This one action spell requires an attack roll, which allows a magical Trickster feat to occur and to apply sneak damage if it hits. And Bloodline Breath increases the number of available spells granted to the pirate Trickster. The second dedication taken for the pirate Trickster is a pirate dedication. This grants the action Boarding Assault, allowing them to swing on a rope up to a distance of twice their speed to move between the pirate ship and the unfortunate merchant vessel. The feat chosen is Rope Runner, allowing the pirate Trickster to quickly travel up and down the ship's rigging, whether to swing across via a rope to board another ship or to get to the sails ready in an ever-changing weather. The skills chosen for the pirate Trickster includes Acrobatics to balance on the ship and rigging while on the ocean. Acrobatic feats helpful includes Catfall to reduce injury when falling off the ship's mast or Crow's Nest due to unfortunate luck. Steady Balance is to help reduce the risk of falling in the first place and allows the use of acrobatics in case of being knocked prone off a narrow edge. Anything can happen during a fight, like a sudden wave causing barrels to tumble across the deck, knocking people down. Kip Up is to deny the mercenaries and the guards who would take advantage of the unfortunate luck with an attack of opportunity when our pirate Trickster stands up. Athletics to support the pirate Trickster with the physical demands of fighting and living on a ship. Quick Jump allows the pirate Trickster to maneuver safely around the fight. There normally ain't enough space to have a running start to jump, whether to grab onto a rope to swing back or to leap across the gap between the 2 boats. Granted through our background, the Underwater Marauder allows a pirate trickster to continue using their weapon or magic to strike at people who fell into the water and take them out. Powerful Leap empowers the vertical and long jumps, granting the pirate trickster to make certain leaps with guarantee. Rapid Mantle falls on from the acrobatic feats, where the pirate trickster fell off a rope or just barely jumped far enough to cross a gap. Enabling them to climb without spending an action allows them to join the fray quicker. Quick Swim works with the Underwater Marauder when picking off targets who have fallen or fled off the ship. Water Sprint is for those times where the pirate trickster wants to show off and taunt the merchant vessels as they retreat to their ship. Wall Jump is to help the pirate trickster to get back on board in times where there is no rope or ladder available. And Cloud Jump boosts the effective distances with long and high jump calculations, allowing the pirate trickster to cover gaps more quickly when attacking or retreating. Next we have Intimidation, to demoralize targets, causing the frightened condition and allowing Dreadstrike to be activated. Intimidating Glare allows the pirate trickster to overcome the language barriers, especially when raiding merchant ships that travel between many different countries. Intimidating Prowess is also similar to Intimidating Glare, as it has a visual instead of the auditory trait. It provides a bonus to the demoralize action. Terrified Retreat is for those critical successes on lower level targets who may flee below the deck or might throw themselves off the side of the ship. Battle Cry allows the pirate trickster to save an action when combat starts to start wailing on a target who is frightened with sneak attack. Nature is required as a prerequisite to get access to expert and master spellcasting. The equipment ideal for the pirate trickster includes the Rapier, which is a finesse weapon allowing sneak attack to apply when striking in melee. The Grievous Rune enhances our critical weapon specialization, where the target is flat-footed until the end of the pirate trickster's next turn instead of the start. The Fearsome Rune enhances criticals with applying the frightened condition, enabling the activation of Dreadstrike feat. For defenses, leather armor would be adequate to provide coverage for the pirate trickster when fighting in melee or at range with magic. Railing can provide cover, and the skill feats identified with acrobatics and athletics minimizes situations where the pirate trickster can become flat-footed. Wondrous items to support the pirate trickster when raiding other ships include the Demon Mask that boosts intimidation and allows the casting of fear to cause a frightened condition on a number of targets. The Armband of Athleticism, increasing athletics checks when climbing and swimming by boosting the distance travelled. And Boots of Elvenkind to accommodate when the battlefield turns into difficult terrain, whether by the ship rocking in heavy storms or cargo and crates exploding in the ensuing combat, spilling out their contents across the deck. The spells identified helpful for the pirate trickster, whether while at sea or to activate magical trickster, include Prestidigitation for those household tasks such as cleaning and maintenance which are limited while on the ship. Ray of Frost to apply sneak damage while the ships aren't close enough to board yet. Hydraulic Push to potentially knock people off the ship and apply sneak attack if they are flat-footed or frightened. Fear to cause a creature or a number of creatures with a 3rd level spell slot to become frightened and subjected to sneak attack whether at range or in melee. Create Food and Create Water are options for the pirate trickster, especially if supplies start to run low or have gone bad while on a raiding voyage. This allows a crew to stay at sea for longer, especially if they haven't encountered any merchant ships while travelling. Obscuring Mist helps with the retreat after a successful raid. While it has a limited range, if positioned in the captain's wheel, it will delay the merchant ships from making an escape. Or, if used correctly at night, may lead to stories of an eerie fog preluding to a ghost ship appearing and attacking ships. Fireball is a good starting attack, allowing the pirate trickster to join the others when firing at enemy vessels or patrol boats. Dropping a fireball onto the deck of a ship can cause chaos, confusion, and potentially set flammable materials alight. Hydraulic Torrent is a powered up version of Hydraulic Push. While it is not an attack roll and sneak attack can't be triggered, potentially pushing a line of guards and mercenaries off the ship is a worthy exchange. Lightning Storm is an area of effect spell that can strike clamped up groups of targets on an enemy vessel before the 2 ships come into boarding range. This spell can be sustained for 10 rounds, allowing the Pirate Trickster to control lightning itself during the ensuing combat. If you have access to Deluge, this spell allows a Pirate Trickster to potentially clear out the entire deck of an enemy vessel by pushing them out into the sea. Those who are thrown into the sea and don't have the Underwater Marauder feat themselves are subjected to the Pirate Trickster's magical attacks and the subsequent sneak damage. Otherwise, Polar Ray is a potential option where it requires a spell attack triggering Magical Trickster on flat-footed targets and can cause targets to become drained. When raiding another ship, the Pirate Trickster can start off with an opening volley with either Fireball or Lightning Storm while under the guise of obscuring mist. Once combat has started, swinging onto the enemy ship and then striking them with the rapier and gang up to apply sneak damage. Fighting in the water to pick off foes with Underwater Marauder before jumping back onto the ship. And here we have a summary of all the chosen feats, skills, equipment, and spells discussed in today's video. We also have character sheets available in the description box below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe. Also comment your thoughts on the Pirate Trickster below. Till next time.